Hey everyone, day 43 of No Poker. Day 43 was a fun day. I took a 3-hour round trip, hour and a half there, hour and a half back, to play a little golf out in Indiana. So in Indiana, golf is still an essential business, so you're allowed to play out there. They do have a lot of social distancing rules. You're only allowed one person in the clubhouse at a time. You're not allowed to get out of your car until 5 minutes before your tee time. Driving range is closed, putting green is closed. There's not even any holes out on the putting green. You gotta wait like 40 yards from the first tee before, when that group tees off on one, and then you gotta wait, then you can go up to the first tee, and then you gotta wait for them to clear the first green before you can tee off, which gives people a good 15 to 18-minute window between each group. Like, we never even got close to the group in front of us, and the group behind us never got close to us. We did get paired up with a twosome, which is part of this whole story, which I'll let you know about. It was my dad and I and my father-in-law were gonna go play, and then even my brother. The four of us were gonna go out there, but my dad and my father-in-law had made the tee time for 2. So of course they tried to call, figure it out, couldn't get anybody at the golf course to answer. So we're like, how busy could it be? We'll just drive out there, see what happens. Hour and a half is a pretty risky move for a maybe you can play. Sure enough, they did group them with another 2. My dad went in and tried to talk to the GM. I won't mention the golf course name, but he was not very cool and he was pretty rude. My dad will take a lot of things, but when you instantly greet him with just being rude when he's the customer and you're the GM, he's not very good at dealing with that type of situation. So, long story short, he wasn't gonna let us play 3 anyways. My brother had already said, hey, I think I'm gonna skip it. It's gonna rain. It's an hour and 40 minutes from my house. I was like, I'm still in, let's go. We'll just figure it out. And then as it turns out, when I was about 15 minutes from the golf course, my dad and my father-in-law had both called me to say, oh yeah, your dad was politely asked to leave, by the sheriff, which was fine, it happens. So he left, no big deal. It's not like we're going back to Valparaiso anyways. So I get there, go through the whole shtick. You have to like wait in the car for 5 minutes. I showed up 7 minutes before the tee time anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. And then I went inside to use the restroom, and that was a debacle in itself. I don't know if they weren't using public restrooms or whatever the case may be. They're basically encouraging people to just use the restroom outside, meaning just like the woods, which was cool. So hour and a half trip there, hour and a half trip back. It's the most gas I have spent in probably 6 weeks. So that was a lot. I didn't take that into account in how much this day cost me. But I did only play 9 holes and then decided to cut bait and run. The other 2 gentlemen that they paired us with, while they were very sweet and fun individuals, the one guy had legit wooden clubs and like blades from 1970, and the other guy was actually really cool. He was fine. He didn't hit very far, but they kept the ball moving. They actually moved pretty quickly. When I first saw both sets of clubs, I was like, ooh, Trulies, wooden drivers, hickory shafts on some clubs. That's not the stuff I want to see when I was hoping to play quickly and, get some fun in. But long story short, it was nice to get out, get some exercise, walk 9 holes. It was a 2.5 hour 9 holes with 3 hours of driving. So I spent more time driving than I did actually golfing. But hey, I got to get out there. I got to swing a few clubs, and not too bad. I think I had 4 pars, 4 bogeys, and a double. So not great by any means, but for the first time I played in probably 6 months, I felt good about it. Today's vlog is brought to you mostly by just me playing golf, so feel free to text me or comment with any of your golf questions. If you did not watch Last Dance last night, please, 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 please watch Last Dance. It was amazing. It was awesome. It's all Dennis Rodman for episodes 3 and 4. I also didn't know that they were going to release 2 episodes a week. I hope that stays normal because it was a good, awesome 2 hours. The wife and I watched those, and it was great. It's really fun to relive those 90s Bulls and where you were and what you were doing. And we were talking about different friends that came over to watch the finals, and I went to my grandparents' house to watch it. Like, it was really fun. It brought a ton of people together, and sports too. We need sports back. We need sports back. We need sports back. It's nice to have The Last Dance though when you're stuck at home self-quarantining for COVID-19. So if you haven't watched The Last Dance, check it out. It's on ESPN. Just DVR it and get it on Hulu. It's really good. Day 43. We'll see you tomorrow. Day 44 tomorrow, everybody. Bye.